Hey guys, it's Steph from Hot and Moving, and this Jaylen Brown situation is getting very, very interesting. You know, Jaylen Brown is he's on a 5-year contract extension worth $304 million. Okay, he was due for that max. By the time he got it, nobody really complained. I think at the time he got the contract, he was the highest paid player in the league. I think I got surpassed by Jason Tatum. I'm not sure, but either way, Jaylen Brown been a cornerstone player for the Boston Celtics. Obviously, winning the championship last year and winning Eastern Conference Finals MVP, winning that award, and then winning Finals MVP. Great. And then now Jason Tatum goes down, and you see they're offloading assets. They got rid of Drew Holiday. They got rid of Kristaps Porzingis just so they can get under that apron talk. Here we go. Get under that second apron, cap, tax, all that stuff. And now the Boston Celtics is entertaining. They're not hell bent on trading Jaylen Brown, but they will definitely be listening to offers coming from Shams. All right. Shams noted late Monday night that Boston Celtics aren't done making moves after agreeing to deal Drew Holiday after trading Kristaps Porzingis on Tuesday. It sounded like star Jaylen Brown could find himself on a trade block. Oh man, yeah. So he was on the Stephen A. Smith show and he said that Shams said that multiple teams have shown significant interest in trading for Brown, who nobody signed. Yeah, that big 5-year, $304 million max extension. Crazy where we're at in the NBA, right? That you go from winning the championship one year and then you get deconstructed the year next. And I think if Jaylen Brown does get traded, right, and I think he'll be, even with the contract, like Shams said, it's steep. But I think he's definitely a championship piece. Obviously, how much do you have to give away for Jaylen Brown? How much does it hurt your team getting Jaylen Brown, knowing that the Boston Celtics are going to want multiple first-round picks? The going rate. If Devin Bane can get that much in a trade, I wonder how much someone like Jaylen Brown goes, unless there's going to be some weird backdoor Luka Doncic type deal. You always got to throw that out there because you just never know how the NBA operates, right? Sometimes teams can just operate behind the scenes of one team and get pennies on the dollar back, right? Knowingly, in order to get rid of the money, right? I feel like sometimes, hey, you want a lot back for Jaylen Brown, but if you can offload it, and we tank this year, I believe they have their 2026 NBA draft pick. So, that could be something to look out. But if he does end up being traded, you can't even have 2 supermax guys on your team. And you can't even have 2 supermax guys homegrown along with a couple mid-level players to premium players making $20 to $40 million a year. You just can't. You can't even have a big 3 anymore. And big 3 is not even in town. You can't even have big 3 contracts, really. Tough. Very, very tough in this new NBA. Okay, if Jaylen Brown does end up getting traded, we're in this new era where, the league want parity. And we like parity. Every team has a shot. But, you do miss having that apex predator team in the NBA. That, you get through that team. Yeah, I was watching TV today. So I was saying that, look, and when David Stern was the commissioner in 30 years, whatever it was that he was commissioner, they had 8 different NBA champions. In the 12 years that Adam Silver has been commissioner, there's been 8, 9, 12 different champions. So Adam Silver has made an emphasis on you can't load the teams up like you used to. Okay, this is a new game. Now, the game is now played and not only on the court, but played in the financials and the market caps, the tax aprons or the aprons, the hard caps, all that stuff. That is a different game, right? Now it's like you see how OKC, they're set up for the future because a lot of these guys that are going to get paid or due for an extension, their money doesn't kick in, so they can still build while these contract extensions aren't going to kick in. So, they set themselves up. Which teams out there has set themselves up that they can skirt momentarily big contracts? That's what it's going to be, man. It's going to be a league of, you need premium talent. Yeah, you're going to have some guys you can pay, but you're really going to have to focus on your own internal development is what I'm starting to see here right now. Obviously, I'm not trying to be dramatic. Jaylen Brown stays cool. It would suck if Jaylen Brown left the Boston Celtics and Jason Tatum comes back. What does that team look like? Can Jason Tatum lead a team? But how things are going, teams just don't want to pay all that money. You know, that like, yeah, I know they're billionaires, I know they make a lot of money and whatnot, but I mean, these passion projects, these are toys to billionaires, right? These franchises are toys, but you know, your toys have a certain price and a cost. How much entertainment is it worth? I mean, what's the cost of entertainment to own a team? You know what I'm saying? Like, how much is your passion project? You know, for these billionaires, right? This is gonna be very fascinating if Jaylen Brown does leave, and it shows you that we're in the era of winning a championship and deconstruct. And I think Adam Silver, the mechanisms he's put in place, the CBAs and all that stuff, is, you know what, I don't see a back-to-back champion happen anytime soon. I think OKC has a shot, just because of how dominant they were. I don't want to say that's just a one-year wonder. They've been dominant through the regular season, dominant at times in the postseason, even though they had a couple hiccups and faced elimination, but they got through it and pushed, right, and learned from that. You know what I'm saying? But could OKC be that next dominant team? I don't know, right? I mean, we've had 7 different champions, so seven in the last 7 years, 7 different NBA championship winners. What makes OKC that much different? I know they're great, they got Shea and everything, but people thought Denver was going to run, they did not, right? Things happen, injuries happen, so many things happen that, you know, people can project OKC to come back, but they could be one catastrophic injury away from having to flip everything, you know. And the Boston Celtics, it seemed like so far they're hitting at least a financial reset, and could they possibly tank in the process in doing so, man? Very interesting to keep track of this Jaylen Brown thing, man. We're gonna have a long off season, man. Long off season. They're gonna say no, but if they get an offer, they can't refuse. It shows you what the league is thinking, how the teams are thinking now going forward, with the amount of money they're paying their homegrown guys in this supermax contract. And I wonder if at some point, yeah, as a player, you get your money, understandably, but do you not take the max, right? Do you not take the supermax? It sucks that players got to be in a position if they want to compete and keep guys together. Will players take less? You know, will some players take less that are in championship window to avoid this, right? NBA players union probably won't like that. Get your money. If you get the money, you get the money. You don't make new president taking less, right? But how is ownership and players going to deal with this, right? Crazy, man. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe. I'm out.